Yes, people, welcome back to the MacBite Channel TV. Welcome to player ratings. Let's go for that draw at Man United. And as always, make sure you're getting your player ratings in the comments below. I'm just going to whack the Liverpool-Man City game on in the background right now. So don't mind me as I do that. And like I say, let us know what you think of the game. Let us know what you think of the player ratings as I go through mine. We'll start, as always, with Nick Pope in goal and a clean sheet for Nick Pope. Bit dodgy at the end there when he came out for Rashford, and Rashford took it around him and had the chance to square it to Fred, and he put it wide. But throughout the game, Pope was good, made some... He never really had massive saves to make, I don't think. And again, he was standing there watching as Rashford's header went wide in the last second. But I don't want to slate him. He's kept a clean sheet at Old Trafford. Pardon me, there was a brilliant save in the first half. There was Anthony who had the shot and he saved it with his shins. So he counted upon when it mattered and he kept a clean sheet. And that's obviously the most important thing. Did his job today. And he, for that clean sheet, gets a... what do we think we should give him? Clean sheet at Old Trafford? I think we'll give him an 8 out of 10 for Nick Pope. 8 out of 10. Kieran Trippier, who should have had an assist, because Joelinton should have scored. But we'll get into Joelinton's rating later on. Obviously, with Trippier, he was doing well down that right-hand side throughout the game. We did have a lot of set pieces, and I think we could have done better with them. But his cross in with his left foot was brilliant for Joelinton when he heads it against the bar and the post. But Trippier, he was a nuisance down that right-hand side. And he was still putting himself about. I mean, I think Sancho was having a bit of a good time with him at the start of the game, running at him, but Trippier couldn't do anything about that. He was sitting off, but he was still clever with it. So I'm going to give Trippier 8 out of 10. This bloke here, Fabian Shaw, what a warrior, what a beast Fabian Shaw is. What a performance from him today, putting his body on the line to the absolute extremes. I thought he was class today, Fabian Shaw. He was giving it everything. He gave 110%, no doubt about it. So did a lot of the players, but Shaw was relentless. I mean, we thought he was going to go off early doors. He slid down that little dodgy ramp that's behind the goal. That's dangerous in itself at Old Trafford, but it looked like he jerked his knee, got on with it, and again, he was doing everything, battling everyone in that game. He was solid today. He limped off in the end. But yeah, Fabian Shaw, I was going to give him a 10 there, but I'll give him a 9. He had got a goal and that you mean a 10, but he's done his job, clean sheet. But 9 out of 10 for Shaw. Sven Botman, his partner, I thought he was much better in the first hour or so of the game. First 60 minutes, he was better. But he was still quality throughout, to be fair, Sven Botman. Very smart performance by Sven Botman. And he's actually still unbeaten in a black and white shirt, or the white one that he wore the day. He's never been beaten for Newcastle because he wasn't involved in that Liverpool game. That's the only time we've lost this season, Liverpool away, and Sven Botman wasn't in that. So Botman bossed it. Again, I give him an 8 out of 10. Now, Dan Burn at left back keeps on causing a lot of controversy online and in our watch long and in the match reaction. I see people saying it. But Dan Burn, for me, I think he did a good job there. I mean, it was risky. I think he should have probably went off earlier with him getting that yellow in the first half. But and Matt Targett will like Matt Targett. But Dan Burn, I think he's doing a pretty good job at left back, to be honest with you. He still tries to get forward. He's still trying to take people on. It's a funny sight watching a bloke of that size trying to sprint and dribble, but he's doing an all right job of it, to be fair. I think he's doing okay. And I get why people are saying it, and I think Everton Targett should come back in. That's the game. But if you're playing away from home, you've got Burns' presence and height and all that's an advantage. Then, yeah, I think he did well. Left back, he's played there 3 games in a row now. We've only conceded 2 goals in 3 games, so I haven't got much of a problem with it. I'll give Burn a 7 out of 10. Bruno Guimaraes, the better Bruno. Bruno Fernandes is quiet as always for Man United, just whinging the whole time. But Bruno, the better player, he clattered Fernandes, which was great to see. Fernandes clattered him back, and then Fernandes got a yellow, so I was pleased with that. But I thought he was good today, but I thought there was moments where he was a bit sloppy, if I'm being honest. I think Bruno was a bit sloppy in spells. He was good, but I just wanted a bit more of him, a bit more going forward, like we're seeing against Brentford. But I'm not sure what the instructions exactly were from how was he allowed to do that, but I think we could have got a bit more out of Bruno today, but he still did very well in the middle of the park. And he can have a 7 out of 10. Sean Longstaff, it's weird with Sean Longstaff because I've been a big critic of Longstaff in the past, and I've seen a lot of comments in the watch along and in the reaction, and even now on social media saying he's crap, he's not good enough. I thought he played pretty well, dude. I thought he was good, Sean Longstaff, to be fair. I thought he was getting involved in some key battles in the middle of the park, some important challenges he was getting in the way of. Sometimes he tries to do too much. Sometimes thinks he's got more time on the ball than he has. But I thought he was making some crucial interceptions. He was winning some battles. I thought he was pretty good. I give him a 7 out of 10. Number 7, Joelinton came back, the Brazilian, and as the title suggests, he hits the bar and the post in the same few seconds. I mean, it's unreal. I'm not going to hate on Joelinton for it. I think it was unlucky. But he's got to score at the same time. Those have got to be rippling the back of the net. I mean, the header off the bar, it's a great header. It's looping. De Gea's getting nowhere near it. And then the rebound for him to react quicker than everyone around him's class. But it's got to go in. It's got to go in. He cannot be missing from that range. But it's off the post. I just think it's unlucky. But he's got to score. But again, Joelinton was everywhere on the pitch as well. It was good to see him back. He was battling. Big battling performance. Out-battled the Brazilians today. Newcastle's Brazilians, Bruno and Joelinton, definitely out-battled the Brazilian of Casemiro and Fred. So Joelinton, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Move on to the front three now. And Miggy Almiron was very bright in the first half. I think he was very good. He was causing problems. He was breathing down people's necks. He was a bit of a threat, had that bit of confidence about him after a few games with goals. But then he fizzled out as well. I think he should have been taken off. Was he looking tired? Because the amount of energy and effort he puts into every second of every game is massive. I mean, he's constantly on the move. He's constantly sprinting, it looks like. He's always with his head down, rushing towards players. But, couldn't really materialise anything in the final third. I give him a 7 out of 10 for his tracking back and work rate, which also Murphy did very well in the first half, tracked back well, did well. But it was better than Murphy of not being able to be as much of a threat as we wanted. He did a great run in the first half, and the shot was just kind of like a side foot pass to De Gea. He gets it on the edge of the box and he just kind of gives it to De Gea. There's no oomph about the shot. There's no power behind it. There's no threat behind it. And that was his only effort at goal. So that wasn't the best, but his overall play, I thought, was very good in the first half. You know, his teamwork, he's getting back, helping out defensively, and wanting the ball and trying to get on the ball and trying to bring the team forward was good, but didn't really count anything. So he can have a 6 out of 10. Number 9, Callum Wilson. I thought he had a pretty poor game, to be honest. Wilson, I think he lost his battle with Martinez up there and on the pitch. To be honest, I had a bit of a tussle, whatever you want to call it, going back and forwards with Martinez. I think Martinez won that battle today. I think Martinez bullied him a little bit. I think his frustration was growing, Callum Wilson. He had one effort, which he dragged wide. That was the only chance he really had. But he dragged it wide. He should have done better there. I just think his movement wasn't that good today, though. Obviously, it's a different story if he wins that penalty. He does well for the penalty. It should be a penalty. What's the reaction from that? I think, that speaks volumes that it should be a penalty. And then he probably converts the penalty because he's good from the spot. But apart from that run at goal, and then he drags one wide in the second half. Nothing came off for Wilson today, and he was quiet. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. The only sub of note was Ryan Fraser, who came on in the 58th minute, didn't do anything, so I'm not going to give him a score. And then the other 3 lads, Target, Wood, and Willock, that came on, did nothing either. Well, they only came on with 10 minutes to go, 12 minutes to go, but didn't do much. Lascelles came on, and Lascelles actually, with 2 minutes to go, came on and made some good clearances, but it's not enough to give a rating. So we'll jump into Eddie Howe. I think we could have probably been a bit more adventurous today. I think first half, very good. Second half, I think we decided to kind of make things a bit more sensible, a bit more comfortable, a bit more conservative in that second half. I think if we had went gung-ho for it, maybe if we had even went 1-0 down, it would have spurred us on to do more. But I'm not complaining at all. Point at Old Trafford, very good result. First off, I think we nailed it again. The style of play, the pressing is so good to see. It's so nice to watch Newcastle chasing people down, giving it their all. Good intensity. We got tired towards the end. We could have maybe made changes like Ellie Anderson if we tried to get a goal, but Lascelles came on, made some important clearances. We got a point. It's a good point on the road. So I'm still very happy with that. So I'll give Eddie Howe an 8 out of 10. Let's just see what you are quickly saying in the comments. Second half didn't play too good. Eddie a 10. Wilson a 5. Eddie a 9. Wilson a 7. Wasn't impressed today. Referee's a joke. Well, if the referee would get a 0. Sean Longstaff 7. Bruno a 6. Joey 7. Joelinton 7. Longstaff 8. Sean was our best midfielder that day. Every team needs a damn Burn. Burn was decent but getting beat by Anthony. Botman a 9. Yeah, cool. Get your short 10 out of 10. Sure, right, and get your player ratings in. If you're watching this back and you aren't watching it live, get your player ratings in the comments below. Let us know what you thought of today's draw with Man United 0-0 away from home. Make sure you check out the rest of the videos. The watch along and the reaction is available now on the Back by Channel TV. Like this video, subscribe,